Hi everybody, this is Mafe from Inside Couture, and I'm here today with Beth Sobol, the founder and president of Miami Beach International Fashion Week. Thank you for being here with us.
No, it's our pleasure.
So let's talk a little bit about how you got into the industry. You used to be a fashion model, is that correct?
I modeled for 20 years in 30 countries.
That's
all over the world. I lived in Paris for 12 years and based from there and traveled all the rest of the countries.
That's incredible. How did you get discovered?
Well, here in Florida, I was working locally with some of the stores, and in 1 week we had designers from Paris who came to Miami and also to Palm Beach. I was booked for their fashion shows, and they both asked me to go back to Europe with them.
Well, that must have been an amazing experience. Is there anything that you learned from modeling that you helped you become or reach who you are today?
Oh, everything. It was an absolutely on the ground experience. I've learned so much. I worked with different fashion designers, producers, choreographers, hair and makeup stylists, the best in the world, all over the world. So after 20 years with that, just by osmosis, I learned how to do what I'm doing now.
Wow! So that's how it helped you transition into being from a model on the runways to being behind the scenes and kind of the brains of the operations now.
Yes, it did. When I started the fashion production company, Sobol Fashion Productions, in 1996, I had just moved back to the country. I had been living in Venezuela, and some of my clients found out that I was home, and they asked me to come back and model for them. I said, no, I don't want to model anymore. And they said, why don't you produce our shows? I said, okay, I can do that.
That's a great opportunity.
And so that was my segue. My first clients were Chanel, Fendi, Escana, St. John, every mall in Florida, all the stores in Palm Beach, all the stores in Miami.
Wow.
All my old clients became my new clients.
I mean, that's incredible to have all that, repertoire of clients behind you. That must have been a great experience for you. What is one of your most memorable moments, being not only as a model, but now getting into producing all these fashion shows?
Well, I think at this point, after such a long and successful career as a model, and when I first started the production company, within a couple of months, I was asked to produce a 2-day event for live television in Guayaquil, Ecuador.
Oh wow! So you produced shows everywhere, not only in the United States, but across the globe. So I have understood that you were given the key to Colombia, to Cartagena, Colombia, as one of the shows that you produced there. Yes.
That's when I was a judge at Miss Colombia.
You were a judge in one of the pageants.
Yes, I've judged several national beauty pageants throughout Latin America. I was also a judge at Miss Universe. I've judged several international fashion competitions from Dubai to Bosnia-Herzegovina, and we're actually on our way to Thailand next month.
Really? Yes, I was going to ask you if you continue to do that today, and what do you enjoy most, producing or actually, being a judge?
Well, all of it. And when I produce, feel like I'm giving so much back to the young designers from around the world who come here, to Florida to be introduced to the U.S. market. So this will help educate them and just give them all the experiences that they need to start working in this country. And then judging, this is another big plus
aspect.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I just love being able to have the opportunity to see all the different emerging designers from around the world and help move them on in their careers.
And talking about emerging designers, I heard that part of Miami Beach International Fashion Week, you have a foundation. Is that correct?
We do. It's the Miami Fashion Week Foundation. We started about 4 years ago, and we have, that funds the designer competitions that we run on the website. We have different student and emerging designer competitions.
Well, that's a beautiful way to give back to all these emerging designers and students that are trying to get into the fashion world. Miami International Fashion Week is coming up. Last year, you had a $1.5 million dress, and you had an 80-year-old strut the runway. Is there anything really exciting that we can expect, this year?
We'll have to see. We always like to fill our event with full of surprises and new things for everybody to enjoy.
So yeah, everybody has to stay tuned for that. That's coming in March 2012. And another really important event that's coming up is your bridal week. Is that correct? The bridal fashion show that you're going to be hosting in November?
Yes, we're launching the first Miami Beach International Bridal Week. It's November 26th and 27th right here at the Eden Rock Resort, Miami Beach, and that's going to be spectacular. All of our designers that we've been working with for all these years do bridal as well. So we have a beautiful consumer trade show, 2-day event. We'll have all the designers, we'll have fashion shows, we're going to have a spectacular bridal lingerie show, a men's formal wear show, so stay tuned for that one.
I know, I can't wait for that. I can't wait for it. I would love to attend. How does it feel to be such a big influence in the Miami fashion market? I mean, you have really brought fashion designers to Miami in a way. You have opened the eyes of a lot of designers to Miami and made Miami recognizable in the fashion world.
I mean, I've worked for many years, 15 years on Fashion Week. So to see all the fruits of those labors, and it's been labors at times, but it's all come through. I worked very, very hard, and I just took everything of my career, my travels from around the world, and brought it back here to Miami.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Beth Sobol, for being with us here today. So hi everybody, we're back with Beth Sobol and Aaron Perry, who is Beth Sobol's partner. How are you, Aaron?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us here today.
It's my pleasure.
So would you like to tell us a little bit more about Miami Beach International Fashion Week and about, the website and how everything works?
Well, as you know, through speaking to Beth, Miami Beach International Fashion Week is a world-class event, and I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to be working with Beth. I actually met Beth. I had known of Beth. Obviously, her name is synonymous with excellence in fashion in the community. It wasn't until about a year ago that I met Beth when I was chairman of the board of Miami Beach Chamber of Commerce. Beth was interested in coming back to the city of Miami Beach because her event had outgrown where it was in Wynwood at the time. And so because of so many of the advantages of having a world-class fashion show in Miami Beach, as well as the economic impact on our city, which at that time was approximately $10 million, we lured Beth back. And that's ultimately how I met Beth and the partnership began. That's
a wonderful story. I mean, I feel that this foundation has given so much back to the city in itself. Is that correct, that it's being funded as well?
The economic impact that you speak of, most certainly, and the city has embraced Beth. I mean, Beth is the ultimate professional, and the Miami Beach Visitors and Convention Authority has stepped up to help financially support Beth with resources, both financial and otherwise. The city of Miami Beach, as I'm sure Beth had mentioned prior with our wedding show, we as a city have a goal of branding Miami Beach as a destination for weddings. This came out of the Mayor's Blue Ribbon Task Force, which I was fortunate enough to sit on. So part of this effort is wonderful and giving as it will be to the community, the brides-to-be, the grooms-to-be. This is also going to be a real benefit to the city when we have our event here at the beautiful Eden Rock, November 26th, 27th.
That's wonderful. And are you participating with designers only are you bringing designers from Latin America as well? Is that correct?
Oh, absolutely. Designers will be at this event from around the world as they do participate with Miami Beach International Fashion Week.
That's wonderful. Is there any requirements that you're looking for specifically for the designers to participate in the show?
Well, we always do have requirements for the designers. They have to be in business for 2 years, produce a minimum of 2 collections per year, 40 pieces per collection. Have retail outlets and also press in their countries.
That's wonderful. So any designers that are looking, to bring their market into the United States, you can definitely get in contact with Beth or with Aaron. And how is the best possible way to do that?
Right on our website. You can register at MiamiFashionWeek.com or MiamiBridalWeek.com.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm Beth Sobol, president of Miami Beach International Fashion Week, and you're watching Inside Couture.
Go beyond with Dion.